Hello everyone! So I know I'm super late, but better late than never. So I'll start off by giving the weekly habit update, and then I'll go on to talking about the recent YouTube monetization requirement change. So, because I have a few thoughts on that, so let's just jump straight into it. I'm going to fumble over my words and stuff a few times. I will hopefully be coherent enough, but I might not have as much energy because I am super tired. I've had 4 hours sleep, so I didn't have a particularly interesting fortnight, and that's because I had work the entire 2 weeks because I work on a school holiday program. It was good fun. I got bitten. No, I really got bitten. Thankfully, it was through my hoodie, but it's just, the situation wasn't really that fun. There's not really a whole lot I can talk about it because it was mostly uneventful, which is good because that's what you want. You want it to be mostly uneventful. You do not want to file out a bunch of incident reports because that's no good. I guess it was eventful in a way, but not really the type eventful for a vlog. And I also can't talk about a lot of stuff because of confidentiality reasons and stuff like that. And, you know, even the stuff that I can share is probably not the most appropriate to share all over the internet. There was one day that was particularly interesting, and that's when Apple got a new keyboard, and I decided to annoy him by mucking around on it. I think I made it sound pretty good, so it's perfect. I also did something really cool last night as well, but I'll talk about that at the end of the week, because it's currently Tuesday, week 4, and we're doing an update on week 2 and 3, so I'm going to leave that interesting thing for week 4. So, to my habits. My habit for week 2 was to get out of bed on time and not hit the snooze button on my alarm, and week 3 was to take my medication on time every single day, because recently I've been really complacent with it and I have not been good with it, and that's really not good. It's not healthy, so that was a pretty important one. So how did I go? Getting out of bed, that went really badly. That went terribly. I turned up to work late most days because I couldn't get out of bed. I was only really late by 5 minutes usually, but I don't really care. I just don't want to be late to work. I always really like being early to work. I used to be the person, I used to be either the first or second person to turn up to work. I would be at least half an hour early. I used to be really on it, but I've just really been slacking off recently, I guess. So it's not been good. I did it the last holiday program as well, and it's something that I really dislike and I want to change. There were also a couple of times where I was at least 10 minutes late. I think there was even a day where I was 15 minutes late, and that's really bad for me. It's not good because our shift starts half an hour before the kids are supposed to arrive. So you have that half an hour to make sure everything's set up. You do the environment checks to make sure nobody snuck in with hypodermic needles and just left them around or something like that. And read up the profile on the child or children that you're assigned to. You need that time to settle in and prepare yourself for the day. So me turning up that late is really bad. Even as a one-off, you still need that time. I was pretty good with my medication though, and I took it on time, I think every single day except weekends, because I slept in through my alarms and ruined my routine, because I had a really good routine going on when I was working. I have a really bad issue with sleeping in. It's really clear that sleeping in is my biggest issue and my biggest hurdle with everything. So because of that, the habit for week 4 will be, or is, keeping up that routine that I had when I was working. I want to be waking up at the same time every morning. I want to actually wake up to my alarms. And I want to be taking my medication on time, every single dose as well. I know that if I do those 2 things, I'll automatically be more productive because I thrive on routine very, very much. Strengthening those habits and building a good starter routine, like a good framework and foundation, will also probably go into week 5 as well, because, you know, I want to make sure that they really stick, because those 2 habits are going to be the foundation for every other habit that I try to form this year. And if I don't have that, it's not going to happen. It'll end up being a total waste of effort, like a total waste of time if I completely backslide. Because my sleeping habits have been really bad. Like, I oversleep, I wake up in the afternoon and I just do nothing, and I'm like, oh, I'll do better tomorrow, but it never happens. And I really want to get a lot of shit done this year, especially before I start my course again, because I have 4.5 weeks until I start my course again, and I really want to get on top of things, and I really want to plan out everything and just get prepared and have some fun as well before I go back to having to do assignments every week and all of that, and being busy. It's also the perfect time for me to get into the habits and routine of doing YouTube as well, because if I can't do it with no responsibilities, how am I supposed to do it if I have responsibilities like classes and work and stuff? It's just not going to happen. That's the habit update. It's a bit kind of disappointing. It is really disappointing, and it's a bit dull because not a lot happened. Someone's on their shitty motorbike. So now to talk about YouTube and monetization, my favorite subject. Woo! So YouTube changed their partnership requirements. To be honest, I don't really mind. I don't really care about it at the moment. Actually, I probably won't in general. I'll tell you guys where I'm coming from. Personally, it doesn't affect me. I chose to temporarily demonetize all of my videos a while ago. I just decided that I wanted to work on my content and building my channel, and I wanted to wait till my content was a bit better, until my channel was a bit bigger, before I started monetizing again. So I guess for me, these new requirements is a new goal for me to hit. I guess as soon as I hit this goal, I might start monetizing or something, because I think 1,000 subs and that many watch hours is a really good checkpoint to be like, okay, I'm gonna monetize. My initial reaction, I'm pretty sure I read the email from YouTube on my lunch break at work, or it was after work or something. And at first I was a little bit miffed, It's like, oh, you're kicking all us small creators out of the partnership program. Because I was thinking about all the legitimate good creators, not the spammers and re-uploaders. I wasn't thinking about the reasons why they were doing it. I was thinking oh, they're punishing us for something. Took it a little bit personally at first, even though it's not a personal attack at any of us. But yeah, I thought about it after, for a bit, and, I did some math, and the requirements aren't really that bad. I'll just catch everyone up to speed if they don't know, the requirements and stuff, the actual stuff. So basically, when YouTube released the YouTube partnership program, I'm pretty sure there were no requirements for it. You just had to have a verified channel or something. and you could monetize all of your videos. Then last year, they introduced the requirement that you needed 15,000 lifetime views, which is, it's a pretty small requirement. I'm pretty sure I was partnered even before that new requirement. Oh. Damn it, I just realized that my fan was running that entire time. So if you could hear that in the audio, I apologize. But I'm already like halfway through my video and I don't want to re-record it. I think, yeah, I was partnered before that requirement. But now YouTube has decided, as of like the end of February, you now need at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watch time within the past 12 months, which is a pretty low requirement. It is actually, it seems like they picked the lowest requirement that they could. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. Most smaller YouTubers, and I mean like really small YouTubers like myself, won't be affected because, they wouldn't have been making enough to even be able to cash out the AdSense anyway, because the minimum cash out is $100 USD. With that being said, there are some YouTubers who totally hit the 4K hour watch time thing. They just don't hit the 1,000 subs threshold, which is really frustrating for those people, and it is a real bummer. Like, it really, really is. And because, they hit the 4K watch hours, they do make money off YouTube, and they are actually able to cash out. And if they haven't done so yet, they're at least really close to it. Yeah, it just really sucks that they can't get that, that their sub count is growing slowly, surely, but slowly, and it means that they still get barred from being a partner. So they get kicked out of the program. Because, yeah, it's common knowledge that majority of your views on YouTube will not come from subscribers. It will come from people who aren't subscribed to you. Either people with channels that just simply aren't subscribed to you, or people who don't have channels. A lot of regular YouTube viewers don't have YouTube channels. So there aren't a lot of people in this particular position. Like, there are a lot of people in this position, but statistically not really. And, we all know what YouTube's like. YouTube focuses on the numbers and they're not familiar with the community. That's a whole nother issue, but unfortunately that's just how it works. It is unfair. It sucks. But we've known this for a long time. YouTube are disconnected from their community and they don't participate in it, and they don't know it. It's just numbers for them. So that's what they're going based off. That's why it's not good to take this personally if you are personally affected by it. It's not a jab at small creators. They're trying to fix another problem, unfortunately, at the cost of small creators. At the end of the day, though, I ultimately hope that it will be a positive change. I'm actually kind of glad that YouTube are being a bit more stricter with their monetization requirements again, and I'm not even against the idea of making the requirements a little bit higher. If needed, if this isn't effective, I think if they raise the bar up a little bit more, it's not a bad thing. So long as it's not like the old days where you had to join an MCN to be able to make money off YouTube. Some people would disagree with me on it being a positive thing or it potentially being a positive thing, but I don't think it's bad to really have to earn your ability to monetize. People forget what it was like before the YouTube partnership program, back when having that Musicom logo play at the start of your video, being a sign that you made it, Now Musicom are shit. Again, different story. I really think ads should be going to our higher tier creators. I genuinely believe that. And I don't mean people with like 10 million subs and like hundreds of thousands of views or like millions of views. Because they're fine. They're doing fine. The really, really large YouTubers are doing fine. I'm talking about the smaller channels that have only just managed to do YouTube full-time as of like 2017. Like, people who just make enough money to do it full-time. Personally, I would much prefer that any ads I could be taking, I prefer that those ads go to those creators. Those growing creators who are doing it full-time now and have really, really worked hard for it, and they've actually kind of like they've made it past that hurdle. I think it's better that they get those ads, because there aren't unlimited ads despite what you might think. So, and obviously I know that you need to slowly build up money to be able to do full-time, but if you're anywhere close to doing it full-time, like even if you could do YouTube as a part-time job, you would be way above the monetization requirements, like the new requirements anyway, so it really doesn't make much of a difference. I found it really easy to get that 15k lifetime views because all I had to do was put out content. It was as simple as that. I knew that it was guaranteed. It was basically guaranteed. So long as I was consistent and I put something out consistently, that was all you have to do. Like, that's all you had to do. Everyone knew that. You just had to get those views. And even if it was over a long period of time, you would still get to 15,000 if you kept putting out content. It's just how it works. And that was just me making Let's Plays. Now just imagine how easy it is for spammers and re-uploaders to hit that mark and then be able to monetize other people's content and basically make money off being scungy and lazy. That is really unfair for legitimate creators, and it's shit. We actually put effort into our content. We don't just rip off other people's stuff or try to scam people. And these new requirements actually protect us. It sucks right now because we're barred from it. Now these new requirements, especially the subscriber requirement, will hopefully slow down the rate of these spammers and re-uploaders being able to monetize their channels, because they'll probably be reported and taken down before hitting the requirements. So ultimately, if it does work and it does weed out, people who aren't making legitimate content and are still making money, it will ultimately end up protecting us legitimate creators, because the ads will be going to us. Even if it's at a later milestone, it will still be going to us eventually if we choose to monetize, and when we hit those requirements, rather than people who haven't earned it and are basically making money from stealing. Another thing that people brought up is that they didn't want to lose access to other creator features, like being able to use custom thumbnails and scheduled uploads. I'm glad to say we do not lose any non-monetization features, except stuff like being able to like link out of YouTube and stuff. Like, I think if you're not a partner, you can't like link to Patreon on the cards or something at the end, but it's something like that, but it's not an issue. You can just put it in the description. It's still there. I understand how people thought that, because I'm pretty sure it used to be that some of the good features, the really helpful features, were only reserved for partnered channels. But all of those features have been moved to normal channels. Like, everyone can access it now. Like, it's fine, so long as you don't have any community strikes, like any channel strikes or anything. You have all of those features. The thing is, with thumbnails, all you have to do is verify your account, and if you have the technology to have your own channel and make videos, then you have the technology to verify your account. So I think you need like a phone or an email or something like that. It's really simple. It's been a long time since I've done it, so I can't remember, but it is super simple. So you're not losing out on anything important. And of course, there's heaps of things that people brought up. One was, you know, what about the people who were really, really close to cashing out their first YouTube check? You know, but now because of these requirements, they're really set back, and they possibly won't be able to do it for a lengthy amount of time, quite a long time. Another example is animators who are trying to make it, and they totally hit the watch time and the views and, you know, all that shit. And they make money from it, you know, but the sub count is still slowly creeping up. It's not quite at 1,000 yet. And, you know, like things like that. People brought up heaps of really, really good points, and I can't even possibly talk about all of them in this video, and I can't even list all of them because there's that many. There's a lot of really good points. And, you know, everyone's made a video about it, so I can't possibly say anything that nobody else has said. I guarantee you all the stuff that I've said just now, other people have said it in a million different videos. Because this is YouTube. I could get into all of that, but I'll be here all day, and I don't want to be here all day. I want to go and do productive things. So, and I really want to eat dinner because it's right there on my desk. And I'm starving. And I gotta take my medication too after dinner, so I want to do that on time. I think I've said enough. With that said, I'm going to wrap up the video here anyway. Because this is going to be a weirdly long video because of my little rant about YouTube monetization. I'm super tired as well. I think I said that at the start of the video. So I really hope that I've articulated my thoughts accurately to what I actually think. But if you're confused about anything that I said, feel free to ask. Just put down a comment and I'll reply to it. I'll try and reply to it as soon as I can. Hopefully it'll be within the day. Sometimes it's not, but I do eventually reply. So I also want to know what you guys think about this. And if it affects any of yous. I'd be really interested in hearing the opinions of, you know, other people who aren't full-time YouTubers, because I've watched quite a few videos on it, and, you know, all those people are full-time YouTubers, and they have really good points as well, but it's just good to get a wide variety of opinions from different backgrounds and stuff. Anyways, I'm going to end it there. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you for watching. I know there's not a lot happening at the moment. You know, my life's a bit boring at the moment, but it will pick up soon, and I'll be doing a lot more things throughout the year. And I know I'll be more productive after I get my routine back in line. So then next month should still be pretty exciting. I have heaps of plans that I want to do. I have heaps of things that I want to do. I just got to set myself up right so that I can have a good year and produce good content, because that's what I want to do. I want to make good content. I want to grow my channel. I just really want to grow as a creator and do something different. I don't know what that thing is yet, but I will figure it out. So anyways, so hopefully I'll see you guys next week, and goodbye for now.